sponsor, Security National Mortgage.
Good morning, Security National.
Presented by SN Mortgage Company.
SN Mortgage Company.
SN Mortgage Company.
I think that starts with Scott Shelton.
Call Scott.
Scott Shelton.
Scott.
Shut up, Scott.
Young Scott Shelton.
I'm not setting myself up for that one, Scott.
Jerry, you have to take lessons now.
Don't let the smooth game fool you.
I'm part of a team. The management piece, the position, the title, I'm thankful for, but it has just made it even more clear to me that I'm part of a team. I love to delegate. I love to empower. I love to entrust. And I want my team to know that. I really do. They make us who we are.
Morning, Scott.
Big dog.
You see this one? Rate sheets from July of 1985.
Oh, yeah.
11%, 12%.
Yeah.
11 and 5/8 on a 15-year fixed.
Yeah.
You think rates are getting rough right now?
There's always room for continuous growth, change, adjustments, tweaks. Things are constantly in flux. And once you start to adopt that mindset, you're thinking growth mode. And growth mode is a whole different mindset than most people can even entertain.
So if you can just let them know exactly how it needs to be signed.
Got it. Will do.
All the way down from Northern Virginia, and he'll be heading out right after. So I want to make sure everything looks good before he heads out.
What I wanted to do was try to join the Coast Guard. I wanted to jump out of helicopters. Did well, ASVAB, get everything needed to do, but they found a growth on my neck during that, so they made me take a bunch of extra tests. Turned out it was cancerous, so I got DQ from the Coast Guard. Came back home. Basically, I was working at an outlet mall, making $8 an hour. But Scott gave me an opportunity to work as his assistant, and then just kind of learned the ropes from there. And then slowly, getting more and more leads. Ended up winning Rookie of the Year in 2018. Every purchase I get, I see it as an opportunity to get a new referral partner because there's somebody on the other side.
If you try to take anything from him, you find out how possessive and controlling he really is. I hear you. Because he said, man, everything has to stick against the wall now.
If you have someone that's a leader that can motivate, can create a culture, everything will fall into place. But it all starts from the top. We have an unbelievable leader in Scott Shelton. I trust him. We all trust him. We all value him. We know that he's a good leader and he knows what direction he wants to go. So we can just keep all rowing in the same direction.
How long have you been in the business?
Since 1993.
Where do you click the buttons here?
Yeah.
In the Urla?
Urla screen?
Yeah, on the right, little drop down. It used to be on the borrow summary.
Yes.
But now it's in the Urla, on the top.
We send the loan estimates to the borrowers along with the rest of their disclosures. It's the first part of the loan process.
What's your title?
Disclosure desk.
Yeah, see, she's a desk.
I am a desk.
The whole desk.
I am trying to finalize my CD. So the bottom line must match our figures to their figures so that we can provide our borrower a proper wire amount to send to closing. Tax exempt, yeah, I was going to say look on title.
$897, which is the same as what we're seeing over here, so it looks like the property taxes went down.
Yes, but the current owner is exempt from a certain amount of taxes, which means our borrower probably will not be.
We have great underwriters, we have great loan officers, we have great processors, we have great closers. And I know that when I turn it over, I can trust them because my name's on that. And at SM Morgan, just the way it goes. I know that a loan app's going to be taken. That's going to go to the setup team. The setup team's going to do their part, do their verifications, check to make sure everything matches and Encompass. They're going to give it to me. I get to do my scrub. And then guess what? If I have problems, I have a leader in my processor manager, Shelly, that she can say, hey, here's how to help you.
My personal motto is to do all that I can to make the experience not only great for our clients who we're helping to get into their homes, but to make the experience working with my peers and partners a great one as well.
Money up front at the closing table, and it allows them to get a higher or a lower interest rate. I'm going to pay you more money to get more interest. All right, let's try this again. The mortgage industry was something I didn't know anything about. You don't really learn about it in school. You don't really. It's something that kind of just gets overlooked throughout your life. And so when I came, into the mortgage industry a little over a year ago at 31 years old, not really knowing anything about it, I didn't have a comfortability like I had with my basketball for so many years. And so without that comfortability, it has been a little bit harder. And so I've been trying to train my mindset and to bring that type of mentality that I had with basketball into the mortgage industry at a faster rate.
To have a scenario desk and a wealth of knowledge behind it in Sherry is just like, she's incredible. And it's a genius idea for Scott to put her in place as a support for LOs, especially for newer LOs. I've been able to learn at such a quicker rate just because of her.
Die hard. We're in the glass elevator. We have to be always looking at new products, and my job is then to communicate everything up and coming to the loan officers, and I'm here to support them and mentor them as well. Oh, my interesting numbers that makes me seem like I should be 103. I like to talk about how many different loan officers I worked with throughout my career. And I think we came up with about 700, something like 700 loan officers. I did come up with the number of files that I've underwritten because I did that for 28 years of that, and I think it's 10,000. I like when the loan officer walks in or calls me and says, "You've probably never seen this, but," and I always make them pause and say, "Probably isn't anything that I haven't seen before." So honestly, I don't really understand it because that doesn't match up with that one.
Right, and the bottom line just doesn't make sense. The answer to everything.
Hey Sherry, told you she was here.
Do we have a CTC on that?
Today on House Sauce, it's time for the painfully famous Pocky One Chip Challenge.
Woo! Oh my god. Oh, this is a horrible idea.
You can lead a horse to water out of a golden trough that shoots the purest of spring water straight from the heart of the earth right into their mouth, but you can't make them drink.
You're in a band? Oh, Slim Whitman? Were you in the Slim Whitman band?
Is that you? No, that's me, yeah.
What's that? You never did that one when you were a kid? No.
Yeah,
the real
think
thing
of
that
it
it
as business
becomes.
after you've cultivated a friendship.
Yeah.
He's like, I make it my business to make friends with realtors, and that really struck a chord with me because remember I told you my very first boss who said the reason they're going to do business with us is if they like you, and it's been true now for 30 years. 36 years ago that was said to me. Wow.
I can't just have to get all the lines and contact points.
It's not like a cube. It's not too bad. It's missing this little thing. Wait.
I'm about to just copy because I agree with that.
Brangelina.
Go work.
I hate you.
I love you.
I love you back.
Whoa, right. Real quick.
I drew it in the wrong direction.
I did. I did. Crushed it.
How well do we know our brand off the top of our head, huh? Like some type of...
Not so good.
Which way does this whip go?
I'm kind of like Patton. You just want to leave me alone and get this shit done.
Patton Oswalt?
No.
General Patton.
General Patton.
Patton Oswalt a little bit?
We're the celebrities.
Hey, where you going?
Well, sir, it's not class. I'll find a nice one with more Carolina. I'll make it again. Bye.
See ya.
Bye.
Yeah, we'll have a draw management team that's going to do everything. It's very well orchestrated. The clients really just got to sit there and make sure they approve the work.
And we hope to see you guys next week.
Yes.
Thank you, Mark. Appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
I really knew, like, without a doubt, that finance was my niche, where I wanted to stay in. And so Mark mentioned mortgage to me, I mean, I always was familiar with mortgage. That was actually the goal, even when I was working at the bank, was to transition over to work with Mark, because I thought, you know, my opinion was he'd be a really good manager. So I was like, let me work with him. He's talking big game of the mortgage field. And so I think the drive that I really have is for myself. I grew up in very humbling circumstances with my mom. She immigrated to the country. So we had a very modest life growing up, and then obviously opportunities allowed me to jump out of that. And so I love the opportunity that we have, especially with these out-of-the-box products, to just help somebody just get a home, you know, have their own property and things like that. So I find a lot of passion being able to help people that wouldn't necessarily qualify to qualify.
We came down for the weather, but it's, I mean, just year-long being able to do the activities that we love. Golf is great. There's so many different great courses down here to play. Being from Ohio, I have run into a number of people from Ohio, Indiana, Iowa, Midwest region, and then quite a few Canadians we've run into in the neighborhoods that we've been at. It's a never-ending migration down here. I've been in the business over 25 years, so I've been when, you know, there was a ton of different lenders, ton of different programs, and then you know, the mortgage implosion happened, and it just got down to, you know, your basic FHA, conventional, and that. And then I think now there's more of a variety of finding some niche products to you know, meet some needs. The industry has changed so much from licensing, compliance, things like that. When we started in the industry, it was more about providing leads, and it was a lot of refis, and didn't have those relationships other than with the clients. Now it's all about, you know, realtor relationships, builder relationships, and client relationships, and develop into something that's profitable for both of us.
When I tell you to push that pin back, I want you to push it back and let go, all right? Get you some of that.
Company's getting big. That means that we're pushing out more computers. That means, you know, more money is coming in, but that also means we got more problems too. So, you know, we got a really good IT team. Everybody's really in tune with each other, and the best part about it is we're all internal. There's no outsourcing. You call the number, it's not gonna take you to somebody that's in China, India, or, you know, Europe or something. Everything is in-house.
Get your baskets ready.
Aggressive players.
Yes, it's happening. That's good. Oh, he's doing it.
There's nothing off limits. The only offices that don't have anything is mine.
There is no personal space.
Everybody who brings me an egg, I will give you $5 every time.
Oh, wow.
I did not say that.
That's my people.
They're all empty.
Oh!
Yes! Found it!
What's going on there too?
My parents decided to come here for a better life, you know, when I was 8. Actually, they left when I was 7 because they needed to be sponsored. So they came here and they became somebody's maid and waiter to get us here. And all I knew was, okay. that was my English. Okay. Processing was always fun for me. Putting something together from beginning to end and just making it work, and every single loan was different. I had originally said I would stay until 62, but I'm enjoying it so much. We'll see what happens in 2 years, but I really like it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I love the team. God, I love this team.
I was born in Japan and grew up in the Philippines. My dad was in the Navy, and then honestly, I didn't know, like growing up from a different country, like I didn't know what to expect. So coming here, it's more diverse. Like I realized, hey, it's okay. I'm not the only one that's, you know, that's different. That opened up my mind to a lot of things, and it also forced me or pushed me to be a hardworking person.
On the renovation loans, we can use the future market rate. The appraisal will be with the renos.
Yes.
Versus having to try to get a secondary financing once you purchase the home to do that.
Right. So we'll know exactly what the home will be worth post-renovation, even before the work's done.
It's not offered at a lot of places because it has to be done right, and that's why we have Lee here, is he knows how to do it and knows how to do it right, so he's able to teach all of us.
Exactly.
How would you rate your overall experience with Security National?
Every time that there was something getting done, I got emails, quickly, and the ball was always rolling all the way through the finish line.
That's what is one of the essential tools, is having good people such as loan processors that can reach out to the clients when I'm not available to reach out, and she can pick up those pieces as we go along.
There's a lot of things that I do that relieves him to be able to do his job better. And he just knows, and that's what the part of the trust. He knows that I'm going to take care of it. And that's important because then he can really focus on his goal as far as like bringing more people into the office. The processor is making sure that we have all the information that we need so that when it gets to the underwriter, that the underwriter can say, yeah, we're going to go ahead with this loan. It's no problem. We just need this, that, and the other. And once you guys get that to me, then we'll send it to the closer. And it's great because it sees all of us just coming together for the one goal of making sure that that borrower either gets, their home or if they're refinancing. But that's the goal, that we all came together to accomplish the goal no matter what.
My goal right now is just to learn, man. Just to learn. I would say 80% is absorption. The other 20% is, actively like reading and doing that other stuff. A lot of times, if you're busy, you don't have time to sit there and read a book on how to be a great LO. It's like, you got to just do it. What we do and what we strive to do at SN is like, we have, the ability that some of the bigger banks, as they move like the Titanic, whereas we move like very freely, like a kayak or something like that. But it doesn't mean that we don't have the bandwidth or the ability and the backing to be able to do what those guys do. So we can do what they can do, big investor loans and 30-year fixed jumbo products, and we can compete with pricing on there. But then we'll also go to the guy who has a 580 credit score and take the time to spend with him and be like, hey, let's get your score up to a 620, 640. We'll work with you, take you by the hand, we'll walk you through this process and kind of stick with them in that way. So we're not too good for anybody. We're not too big, and we're not too small to where we can't compete. So I think that's what kind of sets us apart. And realtors come to me and say, hey, I've heard about SN, you guys do things differently. What can you do for this self-employed borrower, or things like that? And so just really knowing what we offer, it makes us stand out.
It was my first month of $2 million from Colin Walkup. And now I believe next month, or this month, I'm projected for $4.5 million.
Oh, and you've got a new LOA now.
I do. She started today. I was so excited. She has so much experience. Lots of it coming from the same place as I have, so I think we're gonna mesh very well.
We love
She's
it.
super excited too. I just love her energy.
Hello.
Hello, beautiful.
Hello, darling.
Tell Javier when he puts in an offer to call me, because I'll call the listing agent immediately. And that quick 5-minute call can really help make their offer stand out. So anytime he puts in an offer, I'd like to know so that I can call the listing agent.
It was like the last one, I think, on a Sunday. He was like, wow.
You know I'm here for you on Sundays?
Yes, ma'am.
But so I just wrote back to him and said, give me your most recent funds.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
You saw a lot of emails going today, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. I see you were touching bases with everybody. I sure did.
Checking in on my new constructions. All right, well, I'll call you back in a little bit and introduce you to Mary.
Absolutely. Okay, girl. Take care.
No, act like you like them.
Yeah! Money ball! That's what I'm talking about. Yeah!
You know the old saying,
Teamwork makes the dream work. There are no one-man shows. We got Tom Brady's, we got Ovechkins, we got Serena, but even none of those reached a high level by themselves.
That's why I have surrounded myself with people that I trust. I can tell you where we're going. You better hold on. You better hold on, because the best is yet to come. Let's chip some dip.
I'm trying to get in.
We're doing the hot sauce challenge. You want in?
Oh no.
The one and only Scott Shelton.
He was worried.